how do you sort of sum up everything that you guys did and went through?
I mean, we went through a lot. While Schulte was talking, there was only one thing that I could think of, and there's just this quote from this book that I've read a couple times, and it basically just says that I can handle mistakes, but what I can't handle is a lapse in effort, and that's something that this team. There was never a lapse in effort from anybody. There was never, you're gonna make mistakes. Yesterday we had every chance to win the game, and we had the guys out there that we wanted, and it was one of those days for each and every one of them. But there was never any lapse in effort from any of them. There's times where you're gonna make mistakes. There's times where you're gonna leave pitches over the middle. I mean, I throughout that game, I left that pitch to Hosmer. There's a couple pitches here and there that I want back, and the pitch to Hosmer was just up. If it's down, I think it's a different result. We're in a 0-0 ball game when I leave, but I told each and every one of those guys, Gio, Cabby, A-Ray, those were the guys we wanted in that situation, and right there. And so, with this team, everything that we went through, we had so many guys step up. I mean, so many guys make their debuts, pitch innings I'm sure they weren't expecting to pitch, play in the field when they weren't expecting to. And everybody stepped up. I mean, I don't think that going in the year DC expected to be hitting fourth coming into the playoffs. Maybe he did. He's of that same crazy mindset, and I love that about him. So he might have expected that, but I didn't see him hitting fourth for us in playoffs. But he's a gamer. We had a bunch of guys. I mean, Cabby, Gio. Ponce stepped up there. Gomber pitched some big innings. Woody, Kaminsky, Oviedo. KK. Dakota. He was really freaking good for as long as we had him, and he was grinding. He was doing it. So there was never any let up for anybody on this team. There was never any let up in everything that we went through. Everybody stepped up. Everybody was, it was fun to be around.
Jack, through the course of the start, did you feel that you were getting stronger, better as the innings went on?
You just had to kind of feel for the game and know in certain situations, okay, like, as we wanted to face Tatis and Manny with nobody on base. So then as the game went on, you could tell certain innings like, okay, this is a big inning. We need to get through this so that way we can face them in a clean spot of the order. Just managing the game. I was able to manage the game a lot better. Yachty did a really good job. He was seeing things that I wasn't seeing. He's the best back there. He was really, really good tonight, and we were just able to execute. Really came down to that. Was executing. The couple pitches that I want back, I didn't execute. Very simple. But yeah, this team, they just continue to grind, continue to push forward. Especially in a year, I didn't pitch very well. I wasn't very good most of the year, and you come into a game like this, and it's a winner take all. You got to accept the fact that you may lose games like this. But all you can do is go out and give the best effort you possibly can. And if you go out and give the best effort you possibly can, the results are going to be the results. And today the ball didn't bounce our way, but guys were out there and they gave everything that they had. And they gave everything they had all year. And that's just kind of what this team was about.
You mentioned all the young players you got to see, like Dylan Carlson, also sort of the arc of your season as well. How does a season like this maybe change this team because either the experience young guys had or experiences you had, or even when you think like some of the changes that might be ahead?
I don't know what changes are coming. I don't know. I can't so far ahead. That's ways down the road. All I can think about it is how proud I am of each and every guy that came up this year, that stepped up, that pitched, innings for us. Going back to that weekend in Chicago, right when we come back, and Leno comes out, throws 5 innings, day one. Dakota comes out the next day, throws 4 innings, and it's just like, wow. And then, Woody came out, and I'm pretty sure he gave 3 or something. And right out the gates after 17 days off, and you give, 5, 4, and 3, and you're like, wow, all right, these guys really went for it. And they were special. Leno, he was special all year. And well, I know it wasn't his best. They would again. Effort's always there. And the energy's always there from him. And you know what you're gonna get out of him. Sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes the game doesn't go as planned. Nothing ever goes as planned. But that's when you find out about yourself. That's when you find out, when things don't go as planned. What do you got? What are you made of? You get into those situations. Everybody can plan for the game to go the way you expect it. Everybody can plan for that. Everybody can plan for when you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But can you be ready for when things don't go that way? When you run into trouble, when you can't find a certain pitch and you got to make adjustment here, and you got to battle through some adversity, or and that's when you find out about yourself. And that's something that he's always been really good at. He's taught me. So he was fun to watch all year. Stud, absolute stud.